How do I start networking? I'm Greg, I'm the Introverted Networker, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about how to start networking because this is a common question that everybody asks, and maybe they've never networked before. People have told them, hey, you should be networking, and they're like, great, how do I do that? And nobody's ever told them. So, how do you start networking? Start with people you know. I say this all the time. This is the first step in my whole process of networking, and I always say, start with people you already know. And usually people will say, that doesn't feel like networking because I'm trying to meet new people. And I get it, totally understand. But the reason I say start with people you already know is because in our lives, we meet people in one of three ways. One is we went to school with them, we work with them, they're in the same organizations we're in, they live near us, they're in our proximity, they're around us. They're just the people that are around us that we happen to know because they do the same things we do. Okay, so that's group one. Group two is we get introduced to people by the people in group one. So people who are in group one that you already know because they do the same things you do, introduce you to somebody new. That's introductions, group two. The third is group three, which is total strangers. Total strangers are like you just happen to be walking through life. You're on the train, on the bus, at the store. You meet a total stranger. They become somebody you know. There are very few people in your life who are total strangers. I mean, you might have some, but most people in your life are not people who are total strangers. They were in group one or two. Okay, so group one is the people you already know. And again, the reason you're going to start there is because you already know them. Oh, okay, well, great. Well, how am I going to meet new people? Because they're going to introduce you to the people who are going to fall into group two, introductions. So you always want to start with the people you already know because it's low risk. If you reach out to them and say, hey, let's have a conversation, let's talk, let's catch up, then they're probably going to say yes because they already know you. You're not a threat. You're not some random person. And then when you talk to them, you're going to talk and have a whole networking conversation where at the end, they're going to introduce you to somebody new. And then this whole thing starts all over again. I call this the connection loop. And the connection loop is basically you start with who you know, which is kind of the entry point into the connection loop. And then you connect with them, online, but you meet with them voice to voice. So the most important thing is you set up a voice to voice conversation with them. You have a voice to voice conversation with them, and in that conversation, you're going to listen and give. You're going to listen to what they say, and you're going to try to think of something you can give to them that's advice, an introduction, a recommendation, something like that. Once you do that, they're going to say, wow, that's been so helpful. What can I do for you? And then you're going to be easy to help, which being easy to help means you know already who the next person is you'd like to be introduced to or the next kind of person you'd like to be introduced to. You tell the person that, they think of somebody they know, they introduce you to them, the loop starts all over again, right? Now you're getting introduced, it's somebody you know. So you do that whole loop, you work with those people, and eventually you meet somebody new. So that's how you network, that's how you start. Start with who you know. If you want to know more, make sure you follow this channel, subscribe to my newsletter. I talk about all the details and the steps. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. But until next time, I'm Greg, the Introverted Networker, and go out there and meet some interesting people. Remember, always be connecting.